Progressives, this is your trigger warning. You know, President Trump might have a lot of faults, personality and otherwise, but I want you to see this collage of Trump derangement syndrome insanity. And this isn't from some left-wing isolated group that's, a small amount. These are mainstream Democrats, senators, former senators, congressmen, top media people. This is insane. Watch the few minutes of the collage here of some of the quotes of some of these people. Yes, some of them are grifters, and they're doing this to get publicity, get some airtime, to feed their base, or their, in this case in the media, there are a few viewers that have left, but many of them actually believe it. And we're going to start off with one of my favorites, Maxine Waters.
I'm going to ask the Justice Department and I'm going to ask the president to tell us what they're going to do to protect this country against violence if he loses.
Whoops, there it goes. Yep, my brain stopped.
I want to know about all of those right-wing organizations that he's connected with who are training up in the hills somewhere and targeting, what communities they're going to attack.
Boy, everyone is stupid except me.
We need to know now, given that he's telling us that there's going to be violence if he loses. We need to know what his plan is and how we're going to be protected.
Okay, what
would a second Donald Trump term look like?
Well, he cannot be the next president. Because if he is...
You can't imagine the things that he's going to do. Mexico, Canada. We can't go to Canada because eventually Canada will become annexed to America.
And shoot visitors to the White House.
Stop it. Get some help.
That means he can shoot the First Lady.
Release the Kraken!
We're going to see violence, the likes of which we didn't even see on January 6th.
Are you stupid or something?
Make it illegal to run against him, to throw his opponents in jail, to shut down the media.
He will make himself into the Fuhrer, and he will make everybody raise their hand and salute him.
Using martial law against the American people.
Terminate the Constitution.
To rewrite the Constitution.
Create mass internment camps.
Throw everyone into Gitmo.
Might be sent to jail, or their rights might be suppressed, especially minority groups in society.
You might have any number of things happen to you and your family.
Every one of us, our freedom, our liberty, none of us is safe.
It's going to have people around him executing against an enemy's list.
Assassinate generals.
Ordering troops to attack American citizens.
Trump's very well-armed and extremist base will try to kill people.
That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
He's going to basically burn the house down.
He will unravel the institutions of our democracy.
Draw similarities between Mussolini and Hitler.
Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini.
Makes Donald Trump even more dangerous.
Wants to take away your vote. Senate and the House are immediately going to be paralyzed.
People will begin in their minds to censor themselves. They might say, well, maybe I shouldn't say this.
This is the end of democracy.
I think that could be the end of our democracy.
But democracy is... dead if Trump is reelected.
Cozy up to Putin that democracy will be at risk.
The absolute destruction of the Justice Department as we know it.
The Justice Department could be entirely transformed.
I am really concerned about that.
Every person who was associated with the attempted coup elevated in the administration.
Whoops, there it goes. Yep, My brain stopped.
If he's reelected, he will curb transgender rights.
And the rule of law.
Arrest political opponents.
To persecute, not prosecute, but persecute his enemies.
Okay, what the
Take a wrecking ball to the rule of law.
He's going to make the law. Everyone else will have to follow.
A vote for Donald Trump may mean the last election that you ever get to vote in.
Are you stupid or something?
To go after the independent and free parts of American civic life.
He would tear down our institutions, purge the government of employees,
Department by department effort to weaponize the powers of the government.
to use the military to quash protests.
That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
Ridding the government of all democratic safeguards.
junking American democracy as we have always known it.
That he would try to stay in office beyond a second term. That he would never leave office.
There's no question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.